Neolithic man emerged out of the savannas of Africa and into Europe, where they developed a system of religion based on superstition and superstitious magic. The principal deities of this magic was the female goddess. To early man, the female represented life itself. Throughout Europe and the Middle East, the mother goddess was the focus of all religion. By 5000 BC, Neolithic man had built the first temples to her honor. In these open-air shrines, clay figurines of the pregnant, obese, nude female goddess stands as the primary source of reverence. She is revered because she controls the weather. She controls all the natural elements, and especially the rain. Without the rain and the changing seasons, there are no crops. The animals that migrate for the winter will not return. It is only through her and her power over the natural elements that the society can survive. Mythology and art show that she takes many of the forms of nature. To early agriculturists, she is like the grain itself. She may be seen as a planter, cultivator, harvester, winnower, and even the flower. In the Sumerian cuneiform texts, this goddess of the crops and harvests is Inanna. Inanna is the earth goddess who is said to pour out grain from her womb. The breasts of Inanna are the cosmic water and the source for all life. Although Inanna does not look like the grain, her actions are reminiscent of the growing crops and seasonal transformations. She is young, fertile, ripe, and gradually evolves through stages into an old, withered hag. Her life requires that she be born, propagate, and die, or at least visit the land of the dead, and then be reborn as an act of perpetual prosperity. The 2nd century BC Greek historian Pausanias describes the 3 phases of life as transformations.
They say that Temenos brought up Hera and founded 3 sanctuaries of that goddess and gave her 3 titles. He called her the child when she was still a young virgin and perfect when she married Zeus. And while she was quarreling with Zeus and came back to Stemphilos, Temenos called her the widow.
Pausanias was merely expressing the attempts to show the agricultural cycles through the transformations of life from infant, which is the spring, to mature adult, which is the summer, and finally to old age and winter. These transformations are evident again when we see the earth goddess as the moon. She was the new moon, the white goddess of birth, the full moon, the red goddess of love and growth, and the old moon, the black goddess of death and divination. By 2000 BC, her roles are combined so that we see Athena honored as both the goddess of agriculture and the harvest moon. The Athenians believe that it was she who first taught men to plow and cultivate the earth. A festival in her honor, the Chalcea, was a festival in which the invention of the plow was celebrated with loud rejoicing and sacrifices. Robert Graves, the English author, says that this celebration also included collecting of dew during the full moon. In ancient Greece, it was thought that the full moon caused the dew. The goddess who controlled the dew, rain, and water also represented a successful and bountiful harvest. She becomes resident in both the heavens from where the rain fell, and the lower regions from where the plants grew. Both upper and lower worlds became symbolic of the Earth Goddess's domain. Only the Earth Goddess could journey into the underworld and be safe. For as all agrarian cultures knew, the seed grain was planted below ground as if it were planted in her. This role of balancing the upper and lower worlds is represented in Greek mythology by Demeter and her daughter Persephone. Like all the agricultural goddesses before them, they balanced the upper and lower worlds by the seasons and marked that time through the phases of the moon.